military crime. It's not a soldier. He's an impersonator. His real name is Chidera Sunday. Chidera Sunday. Anambra. You can talk to him. He claims to be a soldier. He's involved in kidnapping and series of robbery around Onitsha, Umuchu, and also in Kano State. Akatuku. Where's Akatuku? Can you tell them how we can stop all this? How can we stop all this? Because you are Skype, notorious cultists from Vikings involved in robbery. It was big when they were intercepted by our men. They shot at our men. The inspector is also recovering. He was one of those who was arrested. He was injured and he couldn't go home. And the point I want to make about this, within these 60 days I've been here, I discovered that once you have intercourse and you have any death, the cultists quickly take away their dead body, so you are not able to connect the body to any other incident. And then they will go to the social media and say, oh, none of the people died. Where have they reported? So I'm asking that you can ask him. He is a very strong man in Vikings. If not that he was injured, he would have also, if he's dead, they would have buried him by now. So he's still alive. He can tell you, if you like to interview him, how we can get the others. Where's Franklin? Franklin. Honora, Ugochukwu. He's involved in the snatching of 2 cars. Of course, he will tell you by himself, he's a serial killer from Delta State Police. Even in Delta State, where he was arrested here. He's also involved in a series of killings. The police in Delta are also looking for him. So I don't want them to take him. So we see he should come and pick him here. From here he's going to court. He can come to court and also file their own charges. He can go from court to them. He will not be released. You can interview him. He will tell you by himself. Honor of Franklin Ugochukwu. Only 30 years. That's what he's choosing to do. Where's Anambra? Where's Chinedu? Where's Chinedu? Now, the interesting thing about them is that they kidnap, steal the cars of those they kidnap, give it to their parents to sell.
Their own parents?
I have an example. You want me to point him out, say he's here?
Yeah.
He's also here. So you can ask him to show you his father. Your father is not here. He doesn't have the car you gave him. What will you do? Sickness because of what you are doing. You have not started it at that time. David Emmanuel. They are also involved in robbery and gas snatching. 2 vehicles were also recovered from them. David Emmanuel and Chidera and Joko. Toyota Camry Spider and another Toyota Corolla was recovered from them. Now, somebody asked me something about Oba, which I didn't say anything about. Where's Kenneth Oji and Uchenna? So you can come and ask them about what is happening in Oba, they will tell you. Huh? They are involved in kidnapping, car snatching, and they are specialists around the axis. A lot of the progress have been made out of the investigation as well. But we hope that from this, others will learn a lesson. We continue to do our part. Like I said, we have others we don't want to bring for purposes of ongoing investigation, so we don't jeopardize those who will see their faces and know that they were looking for them. These ones are like the concluded cases. After here now, they are all going to court. Those who need to go to court. That's why we are here. But a lot of other ones that would have brought, we didn't bring them because their investigations are all at the level of infancy. Once they see that their member is arrested, those ones will go out. Or maybe by the time we come back, because I trust that every 30 days we will do this. So if you come here the next 30 days, I can assure you, I'll show you a crowd more than this, with more serious things than what you have seen. It's an ongoing effort. And until we read the whole place, like one of the questions that was asked about Okaro, before we come on the next 30 days, you will see what I will bring you from Okaro. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Where the same policemen went to a place in Anambra to arrest innocent citizens. These are the drugs. These are the things they found in the place they were patrolling, so I went. Just look at them. We are still expecting that the suspect to be arrested. These are some of the arms recovered from kidnappers. These ones were recovered on the sit-at-home patrol of the 30th, 29th, until the 30th of May. The suspects are undergoing prosecution. They were recovered in the area. These ones relate to kidnapping incidents. We'll talk to them now. From investigations that are conducted, people who kidnapped, and then we debrief those that were rescued or released after ransoms have been paid. It's out of that we have some of the suspects we brought here, so you will hear from their own mouth the things they have done. This one also were intercepted also on the night of that 29th, 30th. Apparently, they wanted to use it for their ESN patrols to enforce it at homes, but they were intercepted and were able to recover this cartridge. Is also at Onitsha. I'm putting locations on some of them, so you will not ask me again where the arrests are made or where the recoveries are made. Some competencies within the state. What we can do differently: review the threats, look at the trends of crimes and criminalities, check our intelligence assets, and our partnerships with sister security agencies, and of course traditional rulers, communities, vigilantes, and those involved in the informal sectors of law enforcement. I want to make good to say that we enjoy a very robust signage, particularly with core sister services, and everyone who's over the time I've been here has shown concern to restore peace to Anambra people. And I want to say that we've done well in the midst of the very obvious challenges. I want to say without thinking that I must thank the governor of the state, the security conscious and friendly governor, His Excellency Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo. We are happy that together we are trying to reposition not just law enforcement, but private law enforcement as a design to ensure that we have security in the state. And I want to make good to say that irrespective of what we think, it is the failure of private law enforcement that's at the base of the insecurity we are facing. And we think that if we drive the competence, the abilities for the enforcement of the law from the native law and custom to the local government laws and bylaws, to the state laws, the municipal laws, the federal laws as they are operated in the state, and the Constitution of Nigeria as a whole, if we prime them together in law enforcement, we may have a better security and law enforcement architecture going forward. I want to say that in our efforts to reduce crimes and criminalities, in the last 60 days have yielded positive results. We have over 200 suspects arrested for various crimes, gained up to 5 convictions in ongoing investigations and prosecutions within this time, rescued up to 4 kidnapped victims on earth. We have over, as you can see, 33 different brands of arms and ammunitions, AK, pump action, locally made pistols and others. We have over 8,644 ammunitions. And for your information, I must say that there are other cases we didn't bring because we didn't think that they should be for the media. But if we had to bring every of the arms recovered here, you may want to start your own armory out of it. But just to say that we are working, we have about 27 vehicles recovered that are still being investigated. We have different brands of motorcycles, sums and other exhibit items, all related to ongoing investigations. Part of what I've tried to do with my management team is that we identified that we needed to build confidence back to our men, and so we've done a lot of trainings and retrainings, both on mainstream law enforcement, capacity for order maintenance, the use of firearms. We've done a lot of target practice, and I must say that we are raising in the interim and emergency response teams. We are renovating and repairing vehicles so we can have teams to respond. Our challenge and our desire is that under 10 minutes, everywhere in Anambra State going forward, once there's an accident, we should have a response team deal with it, irrespective of where it is. We are working to make that a reality. And part of what we are doing is that we are synergizing, we are consulting, and I must say that we held, under the second week I came here, we had a summit with all the informal sectors involved in law enforcement and policing in Anambra State. At the conference center, it was a huge success. And we are doing a lot of other informal meetings. For example, 2 weeks ago, I met with all the traditional rulers in the Central Secretarial District of the state. We are cascading that to the south and the north. And at the end, we will go ahead to have a security summit to help us develop what I call the Anambra State Community Policing Model, where everyone will be included to ensure that we have the peace that we are looking at. Within the last 2 weeks or so, we've had 3 of these videos that are trending on social media, intended to put the command in bad light. We have one, a picture of 4 men who said they dismissed policemen, and then they brag and tag as people comment and say they are policemen from Anambra State and they are kidnapping in Anambra State. They are not unknown government. It's not correct. It's not true. We have another video of people who went to government house 2 days ago to demonstrate about core-related deaths in Oka, and we have another one in a place called Lomweri. Please, we have the police public relations officer and department. If you want to say anything about us, clear with them. My doors are free. If you ask them anything, they can answer. We don't investigate cases on social media. We can account for incidents that are not reported to any police station. So we advise that whoever has anything, whoever requires police attention, please, our lines are free, the media arms are free, the stations are free. Let us know what is happening, and of course, like I said, we'll give you the best that's available that we can offer in this country. But for those who have been misled to think that crime is the only option, that's as usual. I can assure you there are many things you can't pay for. And so we have that people should look for things that are profitable to do and leave crime alone. As far as I'm concerned, and the managers of crime, there is nothing like unknown government in Anambra State. We must all take responsibility to ensure that our sisters, our brothers, our fathers, our uncles, our cousins who are engaged in crimes and criminalities account for their actions. We will continue to do our part, and I hope that you will not allow those who are terrorizing innocent citizens to think that they will have a field day. No more in Anambra. Thank you for coming. We'll take questions if they are. About the new law on cultism. I made a comment about invocation of juju and trial by ordeal, and the issues of, if you like, cultural practices that are cult-oriented. And we can't stand it because we're talking in the media and deny that they are prevalent in Anambra State. Cultism is more like a system thing that needs to be addressed, not just from the point of enforcement, but their actions, their activities, even in our culture, that are cult-related. That is why the police have the poker cup that has been driven for the past 2 years. We will put life to it with the law that has come. That is one of the things we are trying to do. There are other aspects, like I've told the traditional rulers everywhere I go. When you have a culture that inhibits or negatively impacts on the laws and the rights of the same citizens you are expecting to enjoy the culture, then there should be some change going forward to take the message to where you have a greater number of the youths who take this thing as a lifestyle and who don't consider it a crime because they learned it from you, their fathers. Some of you who are old now, you were all cultists. I don't do. It's for us to make general statements. If you have an incident, you will mention it, because every incident and every investigation is treated on its own merits. But one thing I can assure you, between me and the men standing here, we don't do police work on calls. I don't do police work on calls. So it's abuse your mind that there will be an investigation that will be stopped because of a call. Take me on it when it happens. And the one you are referring to, if you are sure of what you're talking, put a report on it, put a name on it, put a face on it, and you will see what will happen. I can assure you that.